Good afternoon, everybody. It is now Wednesday, April 20th. It is 4:20. So it makes sense that we're talking about Elon Musk and this ongoing feud that he has with Twitter. So as we know, last week we put a video up talking about Elon Musk now wanting to acquire the entire company after rejecting the offer to have a seat on the board. He basically offered to acquire the company at $54.20 a share, pretty significant premium over where the stock was trading when he offered that, really significant premium over where he began acquiring shares of Twitter back the end of January into February into March of this year. Now, Twitter's board has responded, basically circling the wagons, and they want to use a provision called a poison pill provision. They filed to do this to keep Musk from taking over the company. So what's a poison pill provision? It was something that was initially popularized back in the 1980s. Think about the Carl Icahns of the world, the corporate raiders that were coming in and engaging these hostile takeovers of companies. So what the poison pill does is this. In Twitter's case, it would allow shareholders of Twitter other than Elon Musk to buy new shares in Twitter at a significant discount. So basically what it does is it dilutes Musk's position in the company because new shares are basically issued to existing shareholders that want to purchase shares. So Musk's 9.8% or something becomes less and less and less. They've threatened to enact this provision if Musk's ownership exceeds 15%, is I believe the number that's out there. But what it does is this. Basically, what Twitter says by deciding they want to do this is they're willing to destroy shareholder value to fight Musk in order to keep Elon Musk from taking over the company. So that creates a lot of other big questions. A board of a company has a fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of their shareholders. The board of Twitter, by the way, owns very little of the company, so they don't have necessarily a financial stake in it, aside from the salaries that they're drawing. I think Elon Musk had posted this weekend that basically if he takes over Twitter, he's firing the entire board, and that immediately saves $3 million that's back in the pocket of Twitter. So he's obviously not too friendly to the board right now either. But the thing is Jack Dorsey, who had been sitting on the board, was just about to step down. I think he had a couple percent of the company. It's interesting that he has now come out this weekend and put out tweets that sound like they could even be supportive of what Elon Musk is doing. He said that the dysfunction of the board, Jack Dorsey tweeted this out, founder and former CEO of Twitter, has been one of the biggest problems at Twitter. So really interesting. What you have is you have a group of people that really have no equity in the company that are willing to destroy the equity value of other shareholders. Is that a fiduciary breach? It really well could be. And today it got even more interesting because the state of Florida pension fund owns about, I'm looking at this right now, 949,690 shares of Twitter. So Governor Ron DeSantis down in Florida has now said that he believes that the board could be liable in destroying shareholder value if they enact this poison pill provision. So it just got a lot more interesting. So what's happening right now? Well, we really don't know. Basically, both sides probably luring up. They're both getting investment banks. I believe it's Elon Musk has got Morgan Stanley. The board of Twitter's got Goldman Sachs and also I think JP Morgan to sort of circle the wagons here on both sides and decide what they're going to do next. But this is a story that gets more and more and more interesting. It also brings in another question about what large institutional holders, not just in Twitter, but a lot of publicly traded companies, what is their voice in this whole process? Because I think BlackRock, Vanguard, some of the largest asset managers in the entire country own big blocks of not just Twitter, but other stocks as well. And it also begs the question, okay, if they went to try to enact this poison pill, if they wanted to basically block Musk from taking them over, they're basically using money from investors around the entire country, if not the entire world, to sort of weaponize investors' money. In this case, maybe even against them, because again, there's not a great argument to be made for destroying shareholder value, but it looks like the Twitter board is willing to do this. We'll see if the large institutions, again, the BlackRocks, the Vanguard, some of the other big companies that own big blocks of Twitter on behalf of investors around the country, we'll see if they're willing to do the same thing. But now, again, it's gotten political. You got Ron DeSantis involved. I doubt he's going to be the first governor, probably on either side, that gets involved in this thing. So this is a story that keeps getting more and more interesting. And as updates come, I'll be sure to fill you in. In the meantime, as always, stay with me for 4.5 minutes. Thank you very much for watching this. If you have questions, please ask me. Would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this? What do you think is going on here? Do you think that Elon Musk is right? Do you think he should lick his wounds and go away? Would you like to see him move forward? Comment in the comments below. I would love to hear what you all think about this. In the meantime, thank you. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon.